From one Blue Jays way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. And our starting pitcher here today, Dylan Cease.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Coming up on the first pitch, here's Shohei Ohtani. The 1-0. Ball 2. Swings through that one.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Clips the corner. It's 2-2. Back up the. Oh, that got him. To first, he beats it, and that's an infield hit. And now we'll see if the left-hander is going to be all right. Foul ball there. Hammer, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Will Smith to the plate. And the 1-0. Ripped to third and throw not in time as he's able to get back to avoid the double play. And here's Freddie Freeman. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Runners are at the corners, one away.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, one out. What a stop. Here's one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And today on the hill, Shohei Ohtani. What do you look for here?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at bat.
Here's George Springer.
Left fielder, number 4, George Springer.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. This one in the air, right field. Brings it in. One up, one down.
Batting second, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one carrying. Out of here. A solo shot. The Blue Jays on the board first. It's 1-0. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. He plays with controlled chaos. And Singy, he's one of the best pure hitters in the game.
Yeah, we see him maturing as his career goes on as well. And he's swinging at better pitches now and producing smarter at-bats, really setting the tone for the rest of this lineup.
That one fouled off.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Bayas on his way over, and there's 2 away.
Batting for designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Oh, and an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one finds the zone. 0-2.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
2 down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Strike 3, it's a strikeout for Shohei. Second inning set to go. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez.
That's outside.
In for a strike. Good slider.
That's ball 2.
Two now. Ground ball right side to first, and quickly 1 away in the second.
Batting 6, center fielder Andy Hyatt.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
He takes it on his own. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
7, third baseman.
Here's Max Muncy. One fun note on Max Muncy in 2025. He added glasses to his equipment. Muncy, who debuted glasses on April 30th, and homered in his first at-bat wearing them against Cal Quantrill. Just missed.
That's out.
And that's in there for a strike. The slider that finds the mark.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
On the ground. Fires over to Guerrero. And that'll do it. Back now in Toronto. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Ball 1. Hey!
The 1-1 is fouled off. Out towards right center field. Bayas takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Second baseman Look.
Ball, that's just out.
Trying to bunt his way on. Gets it to first, and the bunt doesn't work out.
Batting
2
7.
down, bases empty. Now, Nathan Lucas.
Ball.
The 1-0. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1. This one in the air, center field. And that is that. Back here at Rogers Center, new inning getting started. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Hey.
Kim getting to start at shortstop, 27 years old, and he's a native of South Korea. The shortstop takes the ball. Up and in, 2-1. There's a strike. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Batting 9th, second baseman Alex Freeman.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Swing and a miss. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first. In time.
He's out.
Here's the charter member of MLB's 50-50 club, Shohei Ohtani at the plate.
Yeah, such a memorable night when Ohtani officially reached 50-50. He was playing in Miami and just happened to go 6 for 6 with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases.
His 2024 was so impressive. There was a brief moment when people wondered, could he reach 60-60? Just wild.
That's ball 2.
Strike 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. And that one hammered. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. Into second, and he's got a double.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. He sends it out of here. And the Dodgers have the lead. It's 2-1. So 2 down. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith.
Ball. Damn.
The 1-0. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-1.
Nope, that's down.
The 1-0. There's a strike.
They seem to be struggling reading these breaking pitches. They're landing for strikes, so if they can start to track those pitches sooner out of the hand, they'll have a chance to drive it.
Base hit center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Up next, for the Dodgers, left fielder.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 1 so far. Close
Nope.
one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Now there's a bullet down the line. And that's a fair ball. And the double puts runners at second and third with 2 out.
Up next, for the Dodgers, center fielder,
Aye.
The Dodgers threatening. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Close,
Nope,
but
that's a ball.
called a ball. And 1-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
On the ground at first, and he can't come up with it. The underhand flip. As we go to the last of the third. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
0-2 now. Good
Ball
eye
1.
right there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. Way inside.
He's
That's
great
ball
hitting
3.
the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
That's a ball.
And the 1-0. Just
upstairs.
missed.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Fouled off left side. That's ball 4, trying another fastball, but missed the spot. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. so they'll lose their first challenge. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Flied to right his first time.
Ball.
Valenzuela stands at first with one out. Swing and a miss and a slider. Runner takes off. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2 just missed. Struck him out looking.
Up next for the Blue Jays, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Hey.
Fastball for a strike.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Fights it off. You'll see another.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98. But a really good pass at the ball.
That one ran inside. Almost got him. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Goes down looking for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Back now in Toronto. Start of the fourth, Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. On a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second, and that's a leadoff double.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Really stayed inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift onto the pull side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Minutes. The throw to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Up next for the
And
Dodgers,
now it's going to be Alex Freeland. Grounded out his first time up. And he pumps it a strike. That's to third, and that chance handled. Tosses across the first, 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Man on second, 2 down.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
That misses. Ball 3. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Man at second. Battling here as he fouls it away. And a payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, these Jays doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Strike 2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
And the sweeper misses. This one in the air, center field. Bayas takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Hey! Ball 1.
Misses the sweeper. Up the middle, and that one handled. Not in time.
He's safe.
Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
Just a good job putting the ball in play and then busting down the first base line, beat the throw pretty easily.
Next to hit, Kazuma Okamoto.
Ball inside.
The 1-0.
Ball, that's out.
There's a swing and a miss.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 down. Ernie Clement, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Hey!
Sanchez off the first with 2 away. That one ripped, but foul. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Ready now for the 5th inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Kyle Tucker.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Foul ball.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Ground ball left side, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. Pulls in with a double, 3rd hit for him today.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Not much to this one.
A new pitcher in the game, Joe Mantiply.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And that one clips the corner. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's 1 away. So now with 1 away and a man at second. So now it's Freddie Freeman. 1 for 2.
Ball, that's inside. Ball.
Line drive, base hit. Here's Tucker on his way to the plate. More easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. Swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball.
1 run across in the frame so far. We're at the top of the 5th. On the ground left side. 6, 4, 3 double play. And the inning is over. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, number 78.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's 1 down. Here's Andres Jimenez. Struck out swinging his first time. There's a swing and a drive. And a foul ball. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss there.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That's a strikeout. Good looking sweeper there.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Brandon Valenzuela.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Hit on the ground to short. To first, but it pulls him off the bag. Back to the top of the order now. And the batter is George Springer.
Ball.
The 1-0.
Ball, that's out.
Valenzuela, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2-2. Way
That's
high.
ball 3.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Struck him out swinging. The high heat too much on that one. Back now in Toronto, top of the 6th inning. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Going 1. Foul ball there. The 0-2. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Third baseman, Matt Muncy.
Nope. Ball 1.
Mantiply, a tall lefty. He throws a curveball, a sinker, a changeup, and he works in a four-seamer. Stays alive. 1-2 now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And that skips in the dirt. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Mason Fluhart. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Hesung Kim.
Oh, that pitch is out.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Aye.
Swing and a miss. And the count is even 2-2. Got him. Out number 3.
Now pitching for the Dodgers,
Jack Dreyer gets the ball now.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings. Well, these Blue Jays just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
2-0. That one ripped right center field. Back there. Out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they inch closer. It's 4-2. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
Hey!
The cause for these struggles is a little different for each hitter. For some, it's timing, and for others, it's mechanics. Whatever it is, they need to start hitting the ball harder.
The 0-1.
That's a ball.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the bottom of the 6th. Hit hard on the ground is short. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Off the plate, ball 1.
They started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
That's ball 2.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. Good eye on that spot.
Inside.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. Kazuma Okamoto will hit next.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And that's a foul ball. Two now. On the ground, could be two. Kim off the second. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. Back here at Rogers Center. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swings through that. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Up next, for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Popped up, middle of the diamond. Jimenez should have this one. Two down. Two outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Clips the corner. That's strike one. Next offering is fouled back.
Been a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down two could give their lineup a real opportunity.
Now that's strike three and the third out. So we take a break. Bottom of the seventh, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
Second baseman, Ernie Clement.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
The 1-1. This one in the air, center field. Bayas moving under this one. One away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, right fielder, Nathan Lucas.
And that one fouled off. The Dodgers leading by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. Two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 2-2. That one back up the middle and it gets through. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Gotta love the resiliency shown in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now Andres Jimenez.
ball. That's down.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and it clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Base hit center field. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Two on, one out. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. Blake Trinan into the game.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
That one fouled hard the other way. Two on, 2 outs. Rip, but it curls foul. And the 0-2. That's a little bit low. Out towards right center field. Plays it on a bounce, and it deflects away. One runs in, fires it to the plate, and he's out. Tried to score in the error, but instead the 3rd out, and the inning is over. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tyler Rogers.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Smith, not sure what to expect after that first pitch.
Sometimes it takes a couple of pitches to get a feel, especially when you move from that bullpen mound into this game mound. The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Line drive, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next, for the Dodgers, first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Fouled off to the right.
That's a ball.
Smith aboard here at first with nobody out. That one
That's
misses.
ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
That's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Way inside, gets away. Smith into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. And it's second. Struck him out looking. That was pretty nasty. And now Teoscar Hernandez, 1 for 3.
Nope.
In the air, right field. Lucas on the move. Takes it in for the out.
For the Dodgers, center fielder Andy Hyatt.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If you can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Sliced hard but foul. And on second, 2 down. Not close with that one, and that is ball 1.
Did he go?
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing. He held up. Patrick Johnson with the call there. This one belted. Deep left field. On its way. Gone. A 2-run blast. And they boost their lead. It's 6-3. So 2 down. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Fought off foul. No question about this one. It's out of here. They go back to back, and they add to the lead. It's 7-3. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, number 62. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Ball inside.
Two down, nobody on.
That's
Just
out.
missed. And a foul ball. Just
Nope,
off the
outside.
outside edge. In the air, left side. And that is that. Back now in Toronto. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Varsho wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and that one did miss, and the strike is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Here's a 1-1. This one ripped, but foul to the right. In the air, left field. Hernandez on his way over, and there's one down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Just
Ball,
off
that's
the
off the plate.
outside edge. Ball 1. This one smoked on its way out of here. He'll take the trot around the bases. And they're chipping away. It's 7-4. One down. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Ball 1. Ball.
That one to
That
first,
ball's foul.
and that's just foul. In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. Another one. Back-to-back homers. And they cut into the deficit. It's 7-5. You'll want it.
Ball, that's outside.
That one
Ball
missed.
two.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Next offering is fouled back. High fly ball, right field. Tucker settles underneath it. Out. Number 2. Will Klein on to pitch out of the pen here.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Clement stands in now and watches strike one. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Look, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter has timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there. Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Here's a 1-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Smith gathers, throws. That completes the strikeout, inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-5. Back here at Rogers Center, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation. It looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Ball.
Swings through that one for strike 2. And a swing and a miss. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time to get him, one away in the strikeout.
Up next, for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Ball 1 there. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved his zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. The 0-1.
Good
0-1.
slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Hammered down the right side for foul. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
So man aboard. So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's already homered in this game.
That's a ball.
That's a little bit
there.
high. Ohtani over at first with one away. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 9-5. He was late there, strike one. Oh, 1 now. In the air, right side. He's there. He's got it. And there's 2 down. Here's Freddie Freeman down.
For the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
Out to short. And that's the inning. This homer cuts into Toronto's deficit. It's now 9-5. And we're back. Leading off, number 38.
Right fielder Nathan Lucas.
Late with the swing there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Out towards right center field. Tucker on the move to the alley. One up, one down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, shortstop Andrés Jimenez.
First pitch, and he has to get out of the way. Line drive, base hit, right center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Good job getting the foot down so he could catch it out front and pull it. Turned on it nicely for the knock.
So up next for Toronto, Brandon Valenzuela.
Ball, that's in.
Man at first, one away.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Line. The tall righty, 230 pounds, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2020. High fly ball out towards left field. Yeah, foul ball. Late swing, foul to the left. Now all even up. And that
Ball
one
three.
upstairs. In the air out to center. Bayas makes his way towards it, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder, George Springer.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. And that's a base hit. And out to a board.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take
Edwin Diaz on to try and close it out.
save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. That one
Nope, that's a
close,
ball.
ruled a ball. Ball one.
Ball two.
Here, bottom nine, and the home team trying to rally to at least tie it up. They're down to the final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, with this 6th win in a row.
From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays.
And now,
First pitch coming at you right after the break.
Toronto Blue Jays.
And today's starting pitcher, Dylan Cease. What do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not
Leading off
flat.
the ball game
Otherwise,
here
it's going to
this
get hit
afternoon,
hard. So
the
look for him to
designated
throw it
hitter,
up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Ball two.
Oh, great stop. To first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Batting
Here's
second,
Kyle
right
Tucker.
fielder, Kyle Tucker.
And that one
Oh, that's
just
just
missed
out.
off the outside edge.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
Swings through that one.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Just getting started here in Toronto. Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all.
Ball
Makes it
three.
so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Set down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Check swing went around. 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter into an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
2 down, nobody on. That
That's
misses
ball
the
two.
zone, and the count's even at 2. On the ground
That
to the
ball
left,
foul.
and it goes just foul. That's way outside. Full count now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third out. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. What do you have on him, Chris?
Boogie brings a ton of confidence with him to the mound. He's looking for good at-bats and a few runs from his teammates, and he's hoping to take care of the rest to make sure they come away with a win. If he's on in this one, it's going to be a real uphill battle for everyone else.
Here's George Springer to start it off.
That's a ball.
That's in for a strike. Fastball for a strike. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Ball, that's out.
The 1-0. Slides for the stop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Two down, base is empty. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Hernandez under it. And that will end the inning. Top of the second. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. Guerrero throws to first in time. One pitch and one out.
Batting fifth, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Out to short, Jimenez throws to first. Two up, two down in the top of the second.
Batting sixth,
So digging in, Andy Pajes.
Aye. Ball. Ball, that's out.
Inside.
Ball, that's inside.
3 balls and a strike. There's a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
The 3-2 is outside and it's ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. That
Ball
misses
one.
the zone. Ball 1.
Inside, ball 2.
And another
That's
ball.
3.
Next offering in there for a strike. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him at 99.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And ball
Nope,
four,
that's
two
ball
aboard.
Batting eighth, shortstop.
First and second, 2 outs. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. There's a strike.
That's a ball.
The Dodgers with a chance to score first here at the top of the second. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Good looking fastball right there. Surprised he didn't take a rip at that. I think he got locked up a little bit.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Oh, right to the backstop. And they get out of the jam. Well done to finish off the strikeout at end of the inning. Bottom of the second. Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
Cut on and missed at 101. And the count even at 1. On the ground. And foul ball. That one just misses. Ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And now it's 3-2.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
That one in triple digits. Nothing here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a foul out of play. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting sixth,
Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. One of my favorite Ernie Clement notes. He got his most recent glove, the one he played the 25 season with, off of eBay. A woman from Japan sent it to him. I asked, what'd you put in the search engine? He said, used Mizuno infielder's glove. Swing and a miss.
That was straight queso right there.
That one ripped, but foul. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on. That one misses, and it's 2-2. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. In there, sets him down on strikes. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Back now in Toronto. On to the third inning. Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Ball 1.
Line drive and a base hit right there. And a man aboard.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Now nope. Miss.
Ball 1. Ball.
is just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
2-1. There's a swing and a miss. Way inside, gets away. Freely into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. So now with one away and a man at second, now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Struck out looking at his first at bat.
Hey! Ball 1.
Top of the third, no score. And a swing and a miss. King Tuck goes down on strikes.
Up next, for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
Hey!
The Dodgers looking to strike first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a miss.
They're being a bit aggressive chasing sliders here in the early stages, and now they're off balance because of it.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Nathan Lucas.
Nathan Lucas.
Ohtani back to work. This one in the air center field. Bayas on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out.
Shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Jack swing, he went, and it's 0-2. Jackknifes out of the way.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That one
That's
off
ball
the
3.
mark. Full count now. Out towards right center field. Bayas has a beat on it. And there's 2 away. So up next,
Batting ninth,
Brandon
catcher,
Valenzuela.
Brandon Valenzuela.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Ball 1.
Two down, nobody on. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And that's
That's ball 3.
downstairs and outside. And that one
Ball
misses
4, that's
outside.
out.
It's ball 4.
Up next,
And
for the
that's
Blue
their
Jays,
first base runner of the game.
George Springer.
There it it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Here's the 0-2. Outside.
Oh, that pitch
Well,
is
that's
out.
kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Whips it to first on the run. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. As we go to the top of the fourth. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman.
You know, these Dodgers, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Man aboard on the leadoff single.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
The 1-0.
Hey.
Go ahead run at first. Nobody out. Top half of inning number 4.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle.
Here goes the runner. Swing and a miss. And safe.
He's in there. He's safe.
It's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Got him looking for the strikeout. Fernandez wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them. And it's second. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. To third, Okamoto. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. Andy Pajes now at the plate. Walked his first time.
Inside ball.
In the air, left field. He makes the grab.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Just
That's a ball.
missed. Swing and a miss at 99 miles an hour. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Dodgers,
Go ahead run on base. Tae-Sung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 1. That one to first. He steps on the bag, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
What he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
it down.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. He's got it.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those loop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Swing and a foul straight back. The 0-1. Swings through that one.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Up next for the Blue
Kazuma
Jays,
Okamoto
third
next up for the Blue Jays. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That misses the zone, and that's ball one.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Swings through that one for strike one. Off the mark there. And the count is 3-1. That one fouled off.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That is the inning. Back now in Toronto, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
You know, these
Ball left
Dodgers
outside.
doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They haven't produced a run yet, but the pitch count for the starter is starting to climb, so they're hoping that starts to pay off soon.
Ripped to third and caught.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
Ohtani with a swing. High fly ball driven deep to right. Out of here. He'll take a jog around the bases. The Dodgers strike first. It's 1-0. Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
That's a ball.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
That's in. Ball two.
Ripped on the ground to second. Clement over to first. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
In the air to left center. Varsho on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
Baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ball, that's out.
Next
Nope.
offering misses.
Outside.
2 balls, no strikes.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
That gets down for a hit. Off to a good start for the leadoff nod.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
That's off
Nope,
the
that's
inside
inside.
corner. Ball 1. Blue Jays down a run. Last half of inning number 5.
Ball 2.
Climb the ladder with that fastball. Now 2-1. That one
Ball.
missing
That's
inside.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
This one in the air, right field. Tucker on the move. Makes the grab. 1 out man at first. And next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Hey! Ball
Just
1.
missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
In the air, right field. Brings it in.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Brandon Valenzuela.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating to get off man on,
Hey.
but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. All set for the top of the 6th. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. And
Ball
another
2.
ball.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you.
Hey.
So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
One down. Joe Mantiply comes on now.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Outside. That's a ball. Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Mantiply, a 6'4" lefty. He throws a curveball, a sinker, a changeup, and he works in a 4-seamer.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it, it's almost like a split-finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce, and they get the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes.
Ball.
And it's fouled away.
Ball 2.
Oh, he
Ball
doesn't
3.
get the call. Ball 3. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Got him. That's the 3rd out.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound. Number 78. He's making his 4th appearance of the season.
Leading off for Toronto, left fielder, George Springer.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
That's ball 2.
Laser could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Show in the box now. Take strike 1.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and part of the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Throw to second, safe. Runner edges away at second. Just missed.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And it's second. Freeland in plenty of time to first. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Went with
Inside,
the
ball
sweeper, but
1.
it misses. Out towards right center field. He's got it. Runner tags from third. The relay throw. And he's safe. Great effort, but it's a tie ball game. So no one on after the sac fly. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Ooh, Bayas. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour on the gun. Back now in Toronto, top of inning number 7, Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Hey!
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Down on strikes, and that's the first out.
the first pitch, just a tough pitch at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, and then he went in on the next one. So he's got to move the ball in and out from pitch to pitch, up and down, and just try to keep these guys looking all over the place and never lock into one area, because he just doesn't have the stuff to beat you that way.
Everything came together for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to...
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And that one is out of here. And they jump in front in the 7th. It's 3-1. One down. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's already homered here in this one.
Aye.
That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1. Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. So they turn things over to the righty, number 62. He's been so good against lefties. To the right side, Clement slings to first, and Tucker is retired. Inning over. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto. Foul ball there. Fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Relay. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Inside,
Nope.
just missed. That one's in there, and the count is 1-2. In the dirt, and an excellent job keeping it right there. Liner caught it second.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Fouled off. He was late. The tying run at the plate.
Ball. That's a ball.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes the runner. Here's the throw. And it's offline. He will score. And they trail by 1.
Well, they call that an advantage count.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Blake Trinan. This is his 5th appearance of the year. Here's Andres Jimenez. Ground ball left side. Fair ball. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And he'll pull into second safely.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control. And it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
That misses. Ball one.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
2 on, 1 out. That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The 1-2. And that's
Yep,
outside.
that ball went out.
In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. All right, grounder into the outfield for a knock. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score, and they take the lead in the 7th.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Springer, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Gets him to chase after that one. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2. And he hits a ground ball right side. On to first. Awesome play there.
Up next for the Blue Jays, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
And ball 1.
Ball.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
Hey!
And that
Nope,
misses off the outside edge. Swings through that.
Good late movement on that sinker right there. It's right where you want to get it to get that swing over the top.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Jack Dreyer. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Everyone gets a little tighter, way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
And it's
Ball.
even up.
That's inside.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And there's a foul ball. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Back here at Rogers Center, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Way back there,
No, that's
and that's
foul.
a foul ball. Looking to get the tying run on base. Okamoto. Long throw to first. Important first out to begin the 8th.
First baseman, Teddy Freeman.
fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more as the bat expands.
The next offering misses, and the count even 1-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Upstairs. And that's a strikeout looking. New pitcher coming on, the veteran Tyler Rogers. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 3 in this one.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Line to left, and that's a fair ball. Around first, digging for 2. And now the tying run is into scoring position. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. So the tying run is second. That's
ball
too
1.
low. And that's ball 1.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Next offering is outside. That one misses. And a full count now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
On the ground to third. Slings it across, and that is that. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Yeah.
That one's in there, and the count is 0-2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
For the Blue Jays, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
Nope. Hey.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Pitch misses there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
And that's outside ball 4.
Up next for the
Ernie
Blue Jays,
Clement, the next to hit, 1 for 3. And that one fouled off. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch is in there. That's strike 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. This to center field. Bayas on his way in. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, right fielder, Nathan Lucas.
Ball 1, no strikes. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Up the middle. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season. Well, 1-run game. Here comes Max Muncy. A couple of walks and a strikeout. Just missed. Right side, hard hit. Fires over to Guerrero. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
For the Dodgers, shortstop, Esau Hill.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Ball 2.
The Jays trying to close out a 1-run lead here in the top of the 9th. That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down in the corner. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
He was all over that one. Solid double down the line, and that was a pretty decent pitch that he just turned on. Not really out over the plate. It was inside, but he was more than ready to get that bat through the zone.
Freeland stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. You get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
And it's second. Swings and misses. So the count 1 and 2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers.
The designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
And fouled off. And on second, 2 down. Now 1-1. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. One strike away.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Pitch misses. 2 and 2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Now there's a bullet down the line, and that's a fair ball. The run comes in from second, and they tied it in the top of the ninth. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Tied at 4. And now it's even up. Oh, right to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. 2-1 now. Now look
That's
this.
outside.
Swing and a miss. Now 3-2.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Good job at damage control right there. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Will Klein. And the batter will be the shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Ball 1.
Fought off foul. Four in the ninth. And that is out of play. Fights it off. You'll see another. Ground ball to the right side. Freeman takes it to the bag, and the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
For the Blue Jays, catcher Brandon Valenzuela.
A little frustrated with the strike zone.
Valenzuela thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. Check swing, and he went. And that is strike 1. Just missed. There's a strike.
2.
That one way inside. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. Hits on it, and it falls in. Makes it to second. The winning run's in scoring position with 1 gone.
There you go. Winning run is aboard with 1 down. Now just 1 swing away from potentially walking this thing off.
Here's George Springer. Right there for a strike. The winning run on second base. Springer not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike call will stand. Still 1 challenge left for them.
That's a
Outside
ball.
low. Ball one. Sets him down looking.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
Tanner Scott gets the call from the pen.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Varsho stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Swing and a ground ball. Freeland tosses to first. That's the 3rd out, and we're headed to extras. Back now in Toronto. On to extra innings. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Springer gets there. He's under it. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
There's a strike. Swings and misses. 0-2 down.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boo. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Guerrero steps on the bag. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to 3rd. New pitcher now for the Jays, Braden Fisher. And here comes Teoscar Hernandez for a critical at-bat. 1 for 4 with a double. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. Carrying well. Can't get there. Runner from 3rd comes across, and they've got the lead in extra innings.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Really nice job staying inside with his hands to fight off that pitch. Man, that cutter was bearing in on him, but he found a way to stay with his approach, didn't spin off it, and he hit it pretty well.
And it's 2nd.
Aye. That's off the plate.
The inside edge. And a count 2-1. Swings through that one.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Swings through it for the K. They limit the damage here. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Edwin Diaz.
Well, he's the
runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Pitch misses there, and it's 1-0. Towards right center. That's well struck. That one carrying. Gone. Ball game.
When you get to extra innings, it seems like every guy's trying to come up with the big swing to hit the homer and end the ball game. Well, he did it. Huge swing of the bat, and we're all heading home.
6-5 the final here today. A one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.